everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is Black women and stereotypes. Stereotypes and Black women. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. All right, let's dive right into this topic. Black women have faced so many stereotypes because of the long history of sexism, racism, and cultural misrepresentation. And why has this been done to Black women? These stereotypes didn't arise naturally. They were intentionally created to spread and justify inequality and to control the way that Black women are seen in society. So this is something that was intentional, Black women, while you have all of these harmful stereotypes attached to you. And usually when people attach harmful stereotypes, it's because they see you as a threat. Actually, Black women, you are probably the most beautiful women in the world. All right, but society has continued to label you as a problem. And if you weren't so threatening because of your intelligence and your aura, then they wouldn't do it. Nobody would bother. You would not be in the spotlight, but you always are. Now, let's look at some of the historical roots with this whole thing. During slavery, harmful images were created to rationalize exploitation. For instance, the mammy. Mammy was created during slavery. She was a loyal, nurturing servant who put others' needs before her own. Her others meaning whites. That's the only one that Mammy cared about. She didn't care nothing about her own people. It was about the whites she tried to please. She was like this because she had to be to survive. If she showed preference to her own people, they probably would have killed her. So she had to show that her loyalty was to the master. Okay? The Jezebel. The Jezebel is a hypersexual and loose woman, and it was used to excuse sexual violence against Black women. They say you just a Jezebel, and even today, when a woman is raped, she has to prove that she was raped. And they will tear her apart in court, about how were you looking? How were you dressed? Where were you? Why did you go over here? Why did you go? Almost like you were asking for it. But that's the way that they viewed Black women. When Black women were sexually abused, it was like, you're a Jezebel anyway. You're a loose woman. You're probably asking for it. So nobody really took it seriously when Black women were exploited and probably still are being exploited. Now, the sapphire, an angry, combative, and emasculating, used to silence Black women's voices. This is the angry Black woman. You see, you're an angry Black woman, so that makes you want to come off, a little softer, meeker, to show people that you're not angry, and you're trying to shrivel yourself down so that they don't notice that you're Black. You just kind of want to, just disappear into the woodwork, because when you come out and be yourself, you get a lot of flack. I remember when I was working on a job, I decided to wear the dreadlocks. So I didn't process my hair or anything like that, just let the dreadlocks come out. And do you know that the attitude on the job changed toward me? The administration They started looking at me strange. And all of a sudden, I wasn't invited to certain meetings. I was kind of left out. You could feel the aura, but nobody said, why'd you change your hair? And why did my hair make such a difference? Why was it threatening to them? Because it was not the norm. It was not the corporate look. You see? As a matter of fact, when I came through the ranks, I was like, the first wave to try to break some of these stereotypes. And it wasn't easy. You got a lot of flack. Some women were stopped from getting promotions and a lot of things like that. And plus, I think it was during the time they probably let me go around that time when I was still wearing the dreadlocks. I didn't associate it with that because when they let me go, I looked at it like a blessing. I was ready to get out of there anyway. Okay? But Black women have been trapped by both being painted as less feminine, less deserving of protection, and therefore easier to exploit and disrespect. Because Black women don't have protection. Their own men don't protect them. Okay? It's not like white women. If something happens to a white woman, the whole town would get involved in it. Everybody would try to rectify this issue. But a Black woman, even today, a Black woman come up missing, they may look for her, and they may not. Understand? So things have not really changed that much. Black women are still feeling the oppression from their men and from society because their own men would not stand up and protect them when they need it. It's usually the Black woman standing on her own 2 feet. And that's why I encourage you to be strong and confident. Don't sit around and lick your paws because of all these stereotypes and society say you're an angry Black woman anyway. So go ahead and speak your mind. Speak it. Whatever it is, back them down. Don't shrivel up because that's what they said. Anytime you try to open your mouth, oh, she's just an angry Black woman. Well, you're darn right. So fly right. Okay. All right, let's look at this. White women face gender stereotypes, meaning that they are seen as being weak and needing protection, like little fawn birds. They need for somebody to care for them. So see, white women are seen differently. They're weak and they need protection. They need support. They need to be cared for. But Black women who are loose goose and angry and violent and dangerous don't need any protection. In fact, society is acting like they need protection from us. Okay? And all of this has been created to suppress the Black woman. Just like the stereotypes that they created to destroy the Black man. And it's still going on with them too. All right. Calling Black women angry discourages them from speaking out. Think about that. Think about that. Even on your job. You don't want to appear as an angry Black woman. So if something comes up that gets you upset, then you're going to, suppress yourself and maybe not say anything. You see, when there's nothing wrong with you speaking up, you can appear confident and direct without appearing angry. But even if you speak up, they're still going to say you're angry because that's the stereotype. That's what they're looking for. Don't pay any attention to it. All you want to do is to get your message across and to get the things out that you deserve. Okay? Painting them as strong means society can ignore their pain and deny them support. They're already strong. They don't need anything. And the way that things have worked, uh, they've run off the men, either put them in prison or killed them or whatever. And the women, without any support or education or ways out, fell into the hands of the system, the welfare system. So now she's living on the piddlings that they were giving you through the system. And now I hear that they're going to be even cutting those back. So now, women, you're going to be forced to stand on your own 2 feet, which you should have been doing all along. Do not depend on anyone to support you. Support yourself. You have the power, but you got to know your power. You got to know where your power comes from. You got to know how to tap into your power. You got to know who you really are so that you can use the power that you've been given. But stop giving your power over to a man, over to society, over to religion. You understand? Keep your power and use it for your better good. Teachers discipline Black girls more harshly because they're seen as loud. Every aspect of another culture, the dominant culture finds wrong in it and will condemn it. And that's just a way to control the people and to stay on top. You're going to step on other people and rally the other cultures around that aspect or that stereotype that you have decided to brand these people with. And these stereotypes are false. Absolutely false. But people have believed in these stereotypes so much until they have gone out and destroyed other people because they believe in stereotypes. You see how dangerous it is, Black women? And that's why I'm saying, grab onto your own power. Because as long as someone else has control over you, then they can decide your destiny. But you want to be in control of your own destiny. Doctors dismissing Black women's pain because they're assumed to be strong. Really? So you even go to your doctor and complain of some pain, and he say, "No, you don't need anything." Well, you know what comes to mind when I had my last baby? I was 40. It's not easy having a baby at age 40. So I went in telling everybody that I wanted the drugs this time. I want whatever they give you. I guess it's the epidural, whatever it is. That's what I wanted. Okay, because I had already gone through it 3 times naturally with my other sons. But I was a younger woman then. So I go into the hospital in plenty of time. And the nurse said to me, "Oh, sit over there in the waiting room." In the waiting room, I'm in labor. Okay. And she would not come check on me or anything. And I'm telling you, I was almost there. And I heard during this time, when you're in labor and you're about to do it, your mind is not really there. You going somewhere else. So in a distance, I heard this lady say, "You better take her in. She's gonna have that baby right there." You see, so some nurse took her time to come out there to get me. Of course, now I'm at the hospital by myself. I'm a Black woman. It's not unnatural for Black women to have to go through this alone. No man, no family, no nothing, just me. So when they finally took me in, I'm still trying to mumble. I'm supposed to get the drug. She talked about, well, they waited too late. You're already 10 centimeters. We can't give you no drugs. I was done. I had only enough strength to go through the drug thing, because I know when they stick you, it's probably a little painful. I only had enough strength to do that. So when they come out and told me it was too late, I was finished. I could hardly push that baby out. I was done. Okay. And I know that's probably part of it, because if I was a white woman coming in there, I would have got all kinds of attention. But I'm a black woman. Who cares? And plus, during that time, I was in a New York City hospital. And New York City, I think they got too many people. Okay. All right. Employers overlooking them for leadership roles due to attitude bias. Well, if you challenge people in your workplace, you're going to be looked over at leadership, unless you're working with men. Men used to being challenged because they challenge. So you probably have a better experience if you're a woman working with men. Now, if you got women mixed in there, now you got jealousy. And you got somebody that they can compare you to. All right. And if it's a white woman and you're a black woman, well, Becky's going to get the preference of a lot of things, and Becky may end up being your boss. Okay. That's just the way it is, because somehow this society believes that blacks are still a little slower than whites. And that again is a stereotype. And the same thing with women. You know, the black women, they're all ghetto. They don't really know anything. They can't really contribute, but we have to hire them anyway. And that's how you feel on the job a lot of times. They hire you anyway. So these are just stereotypes that have been deliberately created to spread as a way to justify oppression. Okay. All right. Let's pinpoint 7 really harmful stereotypes. All right. The first one, we talked about the angry black woman, because that seems to linger. I hear it. You understand? But the truth is, speaking with passion or setting boundaries is not angry. It's self-advocacy and leadership. Number 2, the strong black woman, which you want to be. You want to be known as a strong, confident black woman. Keep your back up, your chin up. Okay? Black women are strong, but also human. They deserve rest, softness, and care. Well, that's what we want. We want that. We have always wanted that. But we've gotten kicked in the teeth so many times. Now, a man will have to prove that, he can provide that. Or someone prove you can provide that, because I'm not coming down off my pedestal and taking a chance on you. We've taken too many chances, ladies. Stand on your own 2 feet, stand strong, and don't buckle down for anyone. Number 3, Jezebel. Black women's sexuality is diverse and personal, but defined by harmful stereotypes that Black women are hypersexual. You know where that come from? By us being raped by every man that came through. And during slavery, they tell me that they made the sons impregnate their own mothers and their own sisters and things like that. Incest. Because they were breeding us like cattle. We had no say in it. But the woman, we the Jezebels, we were enticing the men and making the men go through all these changes. Well, let me tell you something about that. Black women are naturally beautiful. Everything about the Black woman is naturally beautiful. her features, down to her kinky hair, her body shape, her big behind that people are going out and buying these days, her thick lips, they done start buying those. They wanna do something with that nose too. You understand? Everything about a Black woman is beautiful. And the folks who created these stereotypes saw that. They knew that. But for them to suppress a whole race of people, how do you do that? First, you destroy the Black man. Then you come after his woman. All right? And before you know it, you've killed the family unit. And there will be no more Black family. But now this is my opinion, and this is what I believe by all that. No matter what design these evil people have, they're not in charge of this universe. They're not in charge of it at all. You see, their power is limited by your belief in it. Your belief is what makes these things manifest. So if you don't believe in what they're telling you about yourself, then it won't affect you. It won't bother you. You won't lose any sleep at night worrying about what they're going to say about the Black woman and the Black man and all that kind of stuff. Because you have risen above that. You know who you are. You know your power. You know that you are in control of your own destiny and no one else. So they can say whatever they want. Okay. And if you are spiritually protected, they can pretty much do whatever they want. And you're still protected. Okay. But know yourself. All right. Now number 4, the welfare queen. You know, I talked about that a little bit. Most welfare recipients are not even Black. But every time they show on the social media about welfare, all you see is Black folks. So that's what you think. They all Black. And that's just like every time they show us something about Africa, unless you've been there yourself, you think that these people over here in these mud huts with flies running all across their face and, you know, they all dirty and sick and crippled and all of that. And you don't want to go there. So when you hear, society say, go back to Africa, you know, you don't want to associate with that. Well, I've not been yet, but from what I understand, it's a beautiful place. It's nothing like that they are showing us. It's just like the stereotypes. It's just like when people come here from other cultures, they're probably told during the process line the stereotypes of the certain people. You know, Black folks are violent. Don't go around them. You know, so-and-so is this, so-and-so is that. They probably get a list of these stereotypes so that they would be able to come in. Because I've heard some folks from Asia who say that they heard that Black people are dangerous people and to stay away from them, you know, things like that. So these things are created to keep a certain race of people down. And in this case, we're talking about Black women, okay? Because really, Black women are at the bottom where it comes to a treatment of women. Of all the women in the world who have been suppressed and all of that, nobody has been suppressed like the Black woman. All right, so we are number 3, the welfare queen, and that was designed that way. Most welfare recipients are not Black. Black women work at high rates without even fair pay. Okay, so Black women have always been hardworking people. and the people who landed on the welfare system. Number one, the system is designed really to get you there and to keep you there, because it's a way of controlling. It controls a lot of things. It controls your health care. It controls the foods that you eat. And it probably controls your kids' schooling and whatever like that. I mean, they have control over you. And then plus they'll tell you that you can't even get this few little dollars if you got a man in the house. So that's a way to destroy the black family. You understand? So, women who get on the system, some people get on it because of hard times. You get on there for a little while till you get on your feet, and then you leave. You see, because number one, in that system, they're not nice people. They treat you like cattle. They treat you like you are the lowest of the low. And getting that kind of treatment, especially when you are in need, is not good for your self-esteem, black women. Not good for your self-esteem at all. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, work your way out of it and never go back to it. Okay, let's move on. For number 6, the unfeminine masculine myth. Femininity is not one size fits all. Black women embody beauty, softness, and elegance in countless ways. Okay? And number 7, the bad mother, baby mama. Black women are dedicated mothers and community builders. Many raise thriving families despite systemic boundaries. These stereotypes are meant to limit and to control. Don't let it be either one to you, black woman. The reality is black women are multidimensional. Leaders, innovators, nurturers, artists, and everything in between. I hope you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, the link is also in the description. So welcome back. Go on and hit the link. The affirmations are back with new movement and new inspiration. I want to thank you so much for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.